Hello, my name is Joanna Kakeo, aka Jokobacco. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Grab some paper or your drawing tablet, let's make some comics. For the first video in this series, I decided to unearth the speed recording of an old comic page sample from my original graphic novel. I first start out with the rough sketches, also known as thumbnailing. This gives a rough idea of what I want each panel to look like. As you can faintly see, I use 3D models to help block out background shapes and to easily map out perspective. Using the free 3D program Blender, I'm able to create a model that I can reuse time and time again. Now with the line art, also known as inks, I fill the background with details to push the narrative of the shop, filling it with books and magical ingredients. There's something soothing and therapeutic about drawing all these details. This page sample showcases an older art style of mine. I'm using Procreate's default brush called Ink Bleed. What's your favorite brush to use in Procreate? I'm always on the lookout for new brushes, so let me know down below in the comments. My biggest tip that I can give as a cartoonist or comic creator is to find all the shortcuts you possibly can to speed up your workflow. Think of it this way: how long does it take you to complete a fully rendered illustration? Your answer is probably hours upon hours. Now what if you put that much effort into each and every panel of each page of your comic? A graphic novel generally ranges around 200 pages. If each page has 4 to 6 panels, that's 800 to 1200 pages you'll be working on. Figure out where you can skimp out on details and your hand will be so grateful for it. For me, it's creating 3D models so that I don't pull my hair out from figuring out perspective. It's also within my coloring style, which I'll go over later on. I'd love to know what kind of shortcuts you use in your drawings or comics. Let me know down below in the comments. I also highly recommend zooming out when drawing. Very rarely do readers zoom in and scrutinize your work. It's good practice to zoom out and take your page as a whole, rather than getting all those specific details in. Your reader doesn't need to know what's written on these jars, but they can see that they're clearly labeled. As long as the background is generally understood, that's all you really need. I'd love to know if any of you have any burning questions about what it's like being a comic creator. I am new to this career, but I am happy to share what I know so far. You can comment down below or strike up a conversation with me over at Twitter. Moving on to colors, I like to work on the page as one full illustration to keep the colors consistent throughout. Instead of focusing on rendering each individual item in the background, I do a watercolor-esque style and create a limited color palette that I can then do a general wash with. For textures, I use Procreate's default brush called Dry Ink and play around with opacities. I'm not focused on staying within the lines, but I'm making sure that the elements in the background are easily read. Again, only you as the artist are dwelling over the details, because it's your hard work. But try to look past that and be proud of your page as a whole. Moving to the characters, I make a more detailed sketch to figure out exactly where the characters will stand within the background. Doing so will allow me to have an easier time when I get to the final inks. With the final inks, I hide the background so that I can focus primarily on making the poses just right and the facial expressions exactly how I want them for each and every panel. When I color my characters, I use the reference tool in Procreate. It's by far my most favorite tool. I can reference the line art and quickly drop my base colors in. I will adjust colors if need be depending on the atmosphere and setting of my scene. For shading, I like to duplicate the color layer and fill it with one single color. In this case, I wanted a warm shadow, so I used a vibrant magenta and set it to 40% multiply. I then used a clipping mask and quickly block out the shadows to save myself some time. Here is the completed comic page with the text that I've added in using Photoshop. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends and family. Thank you to my patrons for supporting my videos. If you'd like a 1 week early access to my YouTube channel, please check out my Patreon. I hope you enjoyed watching this speed recording. See you next time. Bye!